Hello, 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 and welcome to our travel chat. Nice to see a lovely new face. Hello, Tara.
Hello.
My name is Mahmuda, but everyone calls me Moo. And yes, I am the silly old cow, but I absolutely love what we do. I love the community we have, and I especially love Paula, who I met about, must be 5, maybe 6 years ago. It's coming up to a few years now. And she was on stage and she was giving this presentation, and I was like, oh my God, this woman is amazing. But I couldn't get anywhere near her because everybody else wanted to talk to her. So I sort of added her on Facebook, like you do, stranger to stranger, add somebody on Facebook. And then I said I saw her on the stage, but I was very sort of all smacked, and I was like, oh my God, I can't talk to this lady. And then suddenly she's talking about travel, and I'm like, oh, this is something I can talk about. This is something I love doing. So I asked her what she was doing, and when she told me, I think I spoke to her on the Friday, spoke to my children on the weekend, and said, this is what I want to do. On the Monday, I'd signed up. It was just like, oh, mind blowing. I hadn't even seen a presentation. So what we're going to show you today, I hadn't seen any of that. I just went on what Paula told me. And I was like, I've known Paula for so many years. I've been watching her. I trust her. So therefore, I'm going with whatever she's doing. I'm going to join in. So I'd signed up, not mainly to do the business. I wasn't planning on the business. I just wanted to travel and have fun and enjoy myself. So I would like to hand over to Paula to explain what we do.
Thank you, Moo. Thank you. I always get so embarrassed when you talk like that because, myself and Moo are very, very good friends now. She's definitely not in awe of me now because of the conversations we have. They're just so random. But it's so nice to hear that you stalked me for a few years. But I remember the meeting that we were at, and I was shaking like a leaf. And you wouldn't think back then that I'm the same person I am. It's just that I think we've been on such a journey with the things that we do with travel, but also everything else in our lives. It's completely changed us for the better, in my
We've
opinion. So what
grown.
I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen so that we can see a few slides. We're just going to whiz through the slides. And then if there are any questions or anything anyone wants to add at the end, we'll do that. And I will get started. Why is that up there? There we go. And I don't know, I'm in the meeting. No, thank you. Let's go on here. And let's present. So we are part of the Dragonfly Voyagers community. And we always say that we're powered by Travorium because our sort of mother company is Travorium. But what we've done as a community is we've took Travorium values and everything that they do in business on board, and we actually, is that showing for you? It's not
We've just
showing.
got the dragonfly. We haven't got anything else. Yeah, we've just got that first top icon. It's coming up slowly. Very,
Here
very
we
slow.
go. Here's technology for you. So it's a Better Life company, and I couldn't have said it better myself because it is a Better Life company, and we're going to show you a little bit about why. There is a legal disclaimer there about videos and content and different things about financial advice. We're not giving financial advice, and we don't provide brokerage accounts for your trader accounts. I will send you a copy of this disclaimer if you want to look at it. It's freely available. Just ask me for it. I'm not going to go through all those words just now, but if you want to see it yourself, please ask. So first off, if you had all the time and the money in the world, what would you do? Now, I've actually done a survey on this. When I first joined our amazing travel club, I was like, wow, this is just incredible. So who am I going to go and talk to about this apart from all my family and friends that all like travel? And when I did this survey, 9 out of 10 people were actually saying they wanted to travel more, but there were certain things that were stopping them from doing so. And it's either they've not got enough time, or they don't have enough money, or they don't have enough of both of those. So this offered a solution to that. Most people dream of vacations and spending time with loved ones, seeing the world, going on adventures. For myself, as a mother of 4, I absolutely love travel and seeing my kids' faces every time we go somewhere new or they discover something about a different place they've never been before. It's the most exciting thing. And you can see a couple of pictures, one of our lovely Bermuda there, and one of our business partners who has just totally embraced this company and is living his best life. We've got a few people that I'll be showing you that have done that. Now, just going back to where we come from, David and Adela Hart are world-class entrepreneurs, and they've got a combined 30 years of experience in traditional business. So David and Adela actually started in a traditional shop floor type business, and they also have huge experience in the direct sales industry. Now, David actually was an Entrepreneur of the Year finalist in Inc. magazine that features people like Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, all the greats and successful financially adept people. And what's really interesting about this couple, they've got a really big family. I think they've got, is it 5 kids? 7?
I want to
I
say
lose track.
7. Yeah, I think it's
7 kids,
Yeah,
and
so.
they bring those family values to our business, which I find incredibly powerful, because whether you've got children of your own, if you've not, you were a child at one point, so you have parents, you have family around you, and we always want to feel part of something special. And I think David and Adela bring that from their life and family sort of circle. They bring that into the business, which is something that I absolutely adore. We were established in 2013, and we actually had annual growth of 400% in 2019. It did continue throughout 2020, despite the fact that we were locked down. And the reason that happened, you will find that travel agents all across the world struggled during lockdown, because obviously everyone was grounded. There was no planes going out, there was nothing happening, no one could travel. And what happened for us, we actually grew even more during that time, because we look at future travel. We're not talking about you going on a holiday or on a vacation tomorrow. We're talking about, if you're going to do that in the next 2 years, we can save you an absolute boatload of cash. So we are a global company in 63 countries worldwide, and millions of dollars are paid out every single week, 1 week, in commissions without fail. There's never been a missed payment run, and it's a pretty exciting place to be. So you can see some of the pictures again of our Moo there. She's been on plenty of trips, as have I, but she's actually been abroad for various reasons. I stayed in the UK. We'll talk a bit more about that in a moment. But 3 of the largest industries, financial industries on the planet, are travel, cryptocurrency, and foreign exchange markets. So that's if you are going to a different country, as you'll know, you exchange your currency for a different currency. We actually give you a platform that helps you trade on those currency exchanges. It's one of the largest industries. And also social sharing. So everybody has got a Facebook account. Everybody's got an Instagram account. Everybody has some kind of login for YouTube. These are all the different places that we use to share what we're doing and what we have. And you can see some of the pictures there just to demonstrate. I think that was Moo with her daughters in Dubai as well. Excuse me. All of those combined, though, don't touch the surface for the travel industry. And what we do with travel, we are not travel agents. What we actually provide people with is a subscription service that allows you to save up to 70% on travel. You can actually earn free travel through the points that you accrue through your subscription, and you can also get paid to do it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our Dreamcation or Dream Vacation platform, and it's available for everyone, anywhere, on any budget. We have subscription services at different levels so that it will suit everyone, because David and Adela had a vision to help people like myself, that you'll find out a little bit more about, but help people like myself that couldn't necessarily afford to go on luxury trips. They want to help people do exactly that. And that's something that I've achieved. You can see there, bottom left, that's my happy campers. And we went to the Scandinavian village in Scotland in 2020. We actually took 5 weeks worth of trips altogether. 2 weeks of those were in Scotland, and the place we went to in the Scandinavian village, it was actually cost more for the dog to stay there than it did for us. So we paid £45. The dog staying would have cost us £75. But because we were members of this club, that fee was actually waived as well. So it cost us £45, but that's for 6 people, 4 children, 2 adults. And that's just one example of the prices that we get through our subscription. And we've got Muda there. Is that Dubai again?
That's Dubai, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the world tour.
And that's one of the world tours. So let me just put my phone on silent because there's nothing worse. And when it comes to our Dreamcations, what happens with those is you take out a subscription, you choose a level that you can afford, and every time you pay your monthly membership for that subscription, your what you pay is actually doubled by the company, returned to you in travel points. So when you then go onto our platform for the getaways, you can see on the top right there, you choose where you want to go. And there's virtually no restrictions. We've got over 2,000 places to choose from, and they are 4- and 5-star resorts. Some are all inclusive, and some are you can book as a group as well. You can just choose where you want to go in the world. And what happens is those points that are accruing for you every single month, you can use them to buy down the amount that you're paying. So the trip that I mentioned to Scotland, that was £45. It should have been, well, add a 0 to that at least. It should have been that much. And because of us having this incredible platform and subscription, we didn't have to pay that. And we actually stayed for a second week because we were just loving it so much. Another aspect of our membership is something that we call World Tours that Moo just touched on there when she went to Dubai. Now, this is where the Dreamcations, dream vacations are for you and your family and loved ones, friends, however you want to use it. It's a personal trip that you plan. Now, the world tours are more related to you going to meet other people that have the same sort of vision as you and want to travel the world and have been to places you might want to go to and you want to hear about. And some of them are also in business with us. So you can learn if you're wanting to do this as a business and work it as a business, which I think all of us do here, then you can go on these trips, see the world. You can see Las Vegas there. Look at that price. Usually it'd be $600 a night. This was through our membership. You got this at a platinum level. You'd be paying $199 for that was for 3 nights, 4 days. So you're looking at $600 a night to stay at the Wynn, and we just got it for a fraction of that for 3 nights, 4 days. So when you go on world trips, you get to meet the CEO if he's in the country. You get to meet our top earners. You get to do some training if you choose to. On the other hand, I mean, Mahmoudi, you took your mum and your daughters with you. You didn't really want to take them to things like that. You wanted to do your own thing, and that's what Mahmoudi did. I think we'll hear from you, Moo, in a little while about the Dubai trip. But you've got that option. You're not pressured to do that at all. Another trip is Punta Cana. It's all inclusive, 5 days, 4 nights. Let me see. I can't see my screen properly. Sorry. Then we've got the Hyatt Regency in Paris, France, 4 days, 3 nights. That includes a buffet breakfast and taxes and resort fees. And why can't I see the fee? It's not there. I am sorry. I don't know why it's not showing, Moo. Do you know why it's not showing?
I have no idea. I'm going to look at my slides.
This is technology, but here we come to the actual piece de resistance. That's the wrong language for Italy, but there you go. $1 for 4 nights, 5 days. they're the kind of prices you can get with us. $1 for 4 nights, 5 days. Breakfast is included, and you can go to Italy, Venice for a wonderful trip. You have those prices for the others, Moo.
I'm getting there. Hang on.
That's okay.
To put my glasses on, can't see on my phone.
There, it's showing now. Right. So
Yeah,
Punta Cana, 299 you're looking at.
Yeah.
To actually go online, I mean, I dare you to go and look some of these up. That's the Palladium Resort and Spa and Spa. Go and look these up after this meeting, because you're not going to be paying 299 for 5 days, 4 nights, not all inclusive anyway. And then we've got Paris, France. Do you have that one?
I do, and it is 299.
299.
239, yeah.
It's central Paris, that though. It's the Hyatt Regency, so it's a really sought after hotel as well. And that's 299 for 4 days, 3 nights with a buffet breakfast. And your taxes and resort fees are included in that, so they're not hidden charges that are added onto the end. As I've mentioned, we've got Venice. Now, this is a trip that Mahmouda has been on. As you can see, she made the most of every moment. And tell us a little bit about it, because you met a lot of inspiring people on that trip.
Yeah. So with the Dubai trip, they had 2 actual Dubai trips at $89, and that was because the first one got sold out. So even though this was the second trip, it was before the first trip. So I went before the others went on their main trip. But we didn't have any training. We just had get-togethers, we met up. I said I was doing the Jeep Safari on a certain day, so the other ladies all joined me on the same day. I was in a nice log cabin with my family. They were in a log cabin in a different, right next door to me. So I popped in and talked to them as well, and they popped in and saw me. But we didn't have to be in each other's pockets. We chose to meet up when we met up. I was in the swimming pool, and I got out because I saw one of the ladies, and I thought, oh, I'll go and say hello. Got out the bus, and in the swimming pool there was another lady, and she goes, "It's Mahmouda." So it's like they all knew who I was, which was like
celebrity.
Oh, because I do a lot of these Zooms on the American corporate calls as well, and they all recognized me, and it was just lovely. It was like meeting old family friends that you haven't seen in a long time, even though I had never ever met them before except virtually. And it was just such a lovely time. We had breakfast together, we met up at evenings and had drinks together. You know, it was just really, really nice. And my kids loved it. My mum loved it. It was always on her bucket list to go. So everybody was happy.
That's good. And the thing is, on social media as well, you do feel like you get to know people. I mean, in our community and in the company that we're a part of, we make a point of getting to know people, because we're part of the same sort of, we've got the same values and we've got the same mindset. And it's just natural that we get to know each other. But it's funny because they probably did think, wow, there's Mahmouda, she's a celebrity. And, you know, it kind of gets that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So lovely. This is, thanks, Moo. This is an example of a getaway. Again, this is like for personal use, if you like. It's not necessarily related to going to meet business partners, but you can choose to go here with your family. You're looking at $0 per night. Now, whether that is whatever currency that might be, whether that's in British pounds or dollars or anything else, it's $0 per night for 8 days and 7 nights in Queensland, Australia. And what's really good about this, when you actually get away, and if you were to take this trip, for example, we do have day trips that you can go on, or certain things that if you want to see certain places that are around that area, you can get discounts on all of those too. Another example, Orlando, Florida, 1-bedroom suite. Now, this is in the area of Florida where you can just literally jump on a bus to get to all the theme parks. We get discounted theme parks as well, theme park tickets, platinum membership, $1 per night after points are applied, and the titanium membership, $18.43. Now you look at that $1 and then you look at the $18 and you think, oh, actually $18, that's, you know, that's quite a lot more than the $1. You would never get $18 a night from a travel
Mm.
agent. It just isn't possible. They've got so many different overheads and commissions to add on. We don't need to do that because our business has a bigger picture. Another one here is Tenerife, Spain. Now, you went on this trip, as we
Yeah.
can see, and you've not long been back. I know that you're pining to get away again. Tell us a little bit more, Moo.
This is actually my friend's getaway. So Charlotte in the purple there. She chose to take me and another friend. So we've been friends since we were at school, since we were 10, 13 years old. So we've known each other a long, long time. And it was just really nice to actually be able to spend time together. Because normally we've got kids and everybody else is in the way. This was nice just for us. We went away and we had a fantastic week. We did the Jeep tour, we had a private car tour, and we saw from the north side to the south side of the island. And we just had an amazing time. Great food. It was really cheap to eat out there, actually. The food was really good. And it was just, oh, we went to a boat trip. Oh my God, the boat trip, right? We were told we may see dolphins, we may see whales, we may see sea turtles. We saw all three. We were like, oh my God, we're
Wow.
so lucky that we got to see all three. It was absolutely fantastic. And that price is my price. It would have been platinum. But Charlotte's a titanium, and I think hers was only £120 or something like that. So it wasn't much more. But yeah,
And
I
that's for a place that sleeps six, doesn't it?
it
Even
was,
though the
yeah,
three of you went, it sleeps six. So you can imagine, even at the titanium price, you're looking at £120.
yeah,
Divide that by six of you. It's incredible. It's
yeah.
incredible.
We had a little kitchen. Lidl was up the road, so we did some grocery shopping.
Well, you were on a complex as well that had a row of all
Shops.
shops and
Yes,
restaurants and
I
everything.
spent too much money.
Yeah.
It was
You
great. All these
saved
little,
enough to spend it though, Moo, so you're
yeah,
fine.
there's all these little local shops and handmade things. It was brilliant, really, really nice.
Yeah. And I've seen the videos of the dolphins and what have you. It's amazing. And I'm thinking of going to Tenerife myself, to be honest.
Well, we've got
Um,
Tenerife on World Tour next year.
yeah, I know. Well, we've
For
got so many options.
$49. It's a cheap one,
Oh,
$49.
yes, 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 yes. Okay. So there's another getaway here that one of our business partners was sharing. He was actually at this trip. I think he took some family with him, didn't he, Moo?
Yeah.
And he actually shared this on a live and did a bit of a try and get better than this. So look at the retail, £11,792 for a place that sleeps eight. Now I know that you did the research on this
Yeah,
one, Moo.
I did.
So you checked it all out.
I did. And then I went to my back office and it was only £87 for the same exact room. And Danny was touching the walls and going saying, this is real, bang, bang, this is real. And then the photos I saw on Trivago and all the rest of the websites were identical to what he was showing on the video. So I'm like, oh my God, it's amazing.
You find as well, a lot of us do like provide that social proof because people feel it's just too good to be true. But when you're living I can vouch for it. It's not too good to be true. In 2020, I took those 5-week trips and I saved over, well, almost £7,000 on 5 trips. Now, I'm outpriced in the market. I've got 4 children. I wouldn't necessarily have chosen the 5-star resorts we went to. I'm so glad that I did because it's affordable to me now. Normally, I'd have to budget and scale down our trips, but I don't have to do that anymore, and it makes such a difference to the way that we travel. Now, the cryptocurrency and forex is one of the largest markets in the world as well. 20 times the size of Wall Street. You can see there the tiny little triangle that's showing your stocks. That's 60.3 trillion annually. I mean, that's not a small amount either. But then when you're looking at the Forex market, you're looking at 2.4 quadrillion annually. And we have a part of this market and we can show you how to use this market to your gain. So a quick question that one of our biggest earners loves to ask is it possible to turn $500 into 20,000 in 1 year without risking more than $5 on any of your initial trades? Now, this is for illustration, but we do have this is something that is happening for people. So if you're interested in the trading aspects of what we do, we provide you with an educational platform that teaches you. It's a copy and paste method virtually as to how to trade on the Forex markets. And what we see is people at different levels of trading, at a lower level, at a massive level. And what we see is successes that they're having. And I tell you, whether it's a huge success or whether you're only trading in a small way, every single dollar adds up over time.
Yeah.
So
For
you can,
example, I was going to say
yeah.
Kyle, he
Oh,
started off
yeah.
with a $50 account and he
Yes.
made 40,000.
Yes.
I think he made 33,000 in one trade.
Yeah.
So he's actually quit his job and he's doing this full time now.
Yeah. He's an absolute superstar.
Yeah.
But also just something to know, you wouldn't ever use money for that you would normally pay your rent with for things like this. You would always use money that you are accepting to lose if it came to it. This is not a guarantee. You are not guaranteed to see the returns that we're sharing. All we're sort of suggesting is it's very, very possible. And the reason it's possible is the guys that we have teaching us this stuff, they've made all the mistakes. They are very, very clued up about the market, and they're so knowledgeable that they might know something that's going on in one particular country and sort of say, right, pull that trade now because it's, it's going to flop. So they try and keep you safe as best they can, or they might turn around and say, look, don't even trade today because there's nothing happening. But on the other hand, they'll say, well, we've got something happening in this country, it's going to blow up, put a trade in on whatever it might be. And you can see this is just a really brief idea as to how it works. So the Telegram app, which is like a WhatsApp communication app, you get a trade alert on that Telegram app. Then you get a trade idea, you log into your back office, the trade idea is showing. You then basically input that idea into the trade, and that's how you set it up. If this doesn't make any sense whatsoever, that is okay, because it didn't to me when I first saw it. But it's something that you are taught, and you never have to, you can go on a demo account, you never have to do anything straight off without knowing what you're doing. So it's always worth that education before you go ahead and try this. But just showing you some of the aspect. Moo, did you want to say something?
It's very addictive.
It is very addictive.
I had to put it down and go, I'm not looking at it for a few months now.
It's exciting. It's very exciting.
Yeah. And that was just in demo mode.
Yeah, and that's the thing we do. We show you how to set up a demo account, so you're only ever playing with Monopoly money until you're comfortable to go ahead and make some trade yourself. So why not combine travel with trading? Why not go on the beaches of the world and start trading whilst you're enjoying the time that you've got and you're seeing the world as well? Different options for memberships. You can see some of the prices. I'm not going to go through each individual one. If any of those take your fancy, do come back to the person that's introduced you today and we can go through the full details with you. What some people do though is they also look at becoming a partner with us, which is just an annual payment of $49.95. And from that, you can actually start building your income immediately. You can start working on all the things that we've just talked about and sharing it with customers, getting customers to buy one of our services. And once you start earning, a lot of people that take this option will then upgrade their accounts. But there's lots and lots of ways that you can approach this, and there's lots of ways, and it's always in the interest of you being able to afford.
Can you go back to
Go on,
that
Moo.
slide?
Yeah.
Right. The nice thing is we personally have met David. So in the top right hand corner, that's David, is our CEO, and Adela was there as well, but she's not in the photo. And then we've also met top money owner Todd Strand, who's in the top left hand corner. I'm on Zooms regularly, so that's the bottom one with Todd and various members in the USA. And me and Paula have also been on corporate training calls a few times. So it is still very, very small at the moment, and we are still very closely connected to the people at the top. So this is the best time to join.
It is, because you
The
get the
explosion is
best.
coming. There
The
was a meeting the
explosion
other
is
night.
coming.
Yeah, they were insinuating about something new happening in the new year, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, do you know what? You've got to work on Todd then. Todd Strand
Yeah,
will always spill the beans when
spill the
he's not
beans.
supposed to.
It
So
sounds
we'll
very
have to have a chat with
exciting.
Todd. Yeah, but it is such a close community now. And as we grow, I don't think that will go, because we kind of instill that in each other as well. So as we
Yeah,
introduce people, we are quite choosy when it comes to who we will bring to this company, because it's a very special place, and it's not something none of us here on this call are people that will go, right, I want you. We have to know that we have that vibe and that connection. And I think that's important in carrying on the ethos of the company and
yeah,
the way that we do things. Because I've been in companies before, and it's just like, it's just horrible. It's a horrible feeling to just feel like a number. And I don't think that we don't feel like numbers. We're so
yeah.
supported, and we have chats with, I mean, I could technically ring David Hart, CEO, now, and he would answer the phone to me. I mean, I wouldn't, because he's quite busy, and it's a bit like, whoa. But
Yeah. Well, Todd was on our Zoom last Thursday. He texted me afterwards. He goes, "It was so nice to see you on Zoom. I haven't talked to you in so long."
yeah, and messages like that. I mean, me and Daryl Gorman, we were almost in tears just thinking about the closeness that we had, because we had that call last week, and just the chat I had with some of the guys afterwards. It was just like, wow, you really
Yeah,
do have my back. I think it's just a lovely, lovely experience. Now we
definitely a
talk about
family.
how you get paid. Sorry.
It's definitely a family feel.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about the most important thing, how we get paid. Now we talk about our compensation or payment plan, and we call it the 10x plan. And that's because there's 10 different ways that you can get paid. And we're going to talk about a few of those now. Let me go to the next page. So if you were to go ahead and share or bring in 3 customers to take out a travel club subscription. And remember, these people don't have to do anything as a business. They can just go be a customer, enjoy the benefits that they've got. You can use social media to share what we're doing. Mahmood been on quite a few trips. I've been on quite a few trips. I think Daryl's used the discount portal that we've got, and Shell, you've been on a trip and then signed up as soon as you got back.
Yeah.
So there's lots, you can use our stories until you've got your own as well. And it's not saying that it's your story and you kind of pretend that you've been. What you're saying is your business partner went and did this, and this is what's happened. So if you were to introduce 3 customers, then you're earning free travel points. And you go ahead and share it more. I mean, we're in a social sharing economy right now. Everybody who's anybody will share what they're doing on social media. Some overshare, I've got to say. Um, but everyone is on some form of social media.
You're always
And
checking in. I'm at the cinema. You check in at the cinema, watching
yeah,
whatever movie, you know.
I know. Well, that's the thing. You'll share a movie or what you're watching on Netflix. That's exactly what we're doing. We're
Yeah.
just sharing a 5-star resort that we've just visited. Bit of a different level, but still the same concept, and everybody's doing it.
But when you share about Netflix, you don't get paid for it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's a very good point. And the number one thing shared on social media, it's travel,
That's
whether it's
me
where we
again.
want to go. Yeah. And it's moved then on the beach, of course. Whether it's where you want to go, whether it's where you've been, or whether it's a bucket list trip that you're planning, whatever it might be, number one thing shared on social media is travel. Looking at the global sales figures for some different industries just to see how they compare to the social sharing industry. I'm not going to go through each one, but the NFL is 9.5 billion. Social sharing as a whole, 200 billion. I mean, that's the kind of industry that you've got to your fingertips that you can then utilize to do what you want to do and earn through travel. What you're going to do, and what our friends and business partners have done before us, is shared this concept with a few people. Now we're in 63 countries. Do watch this space, because we will be opening up countries for our teams as well. We do have several people that will be going forward with this as a business, and they will be brand new countries that we will be opening up from the Dragonfly Voyagers teams. So that you heard that here first, that is happening. And so that country count is going to be going up very, very soon. I'll have to adjust the slides. Now, when it's has anyone heard of the ripple effect?
Yeah.
This is something that I'm really familiar with, because when I've studied things like this, being from a psychology background, it's something that is kind of right up my street. But what happens when you're sharing things and when you're sharing things with a network that you've got, you have influence on those people that are reading what you have. And those ripples just go out, and they are seen by more and more people that might not be connected to you, but they might be second or third generation connections to people that you know. So it's a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. And that continues down the line. And honestly, it continues for infinity, because you just don't know where it can go. Now, you can earn more than you're spending on your travel club membership. This is a really exciting part of the business, because your minimum of 3 sales will get you to a point so that you're able to start earning. You're earning some bonuses, and you're getting some payments, and you're doing all right. Then if you continue that and get a 4th person, you're actually earning enough to cover your whole membership. So when it comes to the customer volume, the CSV stands for customer sales volume. When you have the volume, so each membership as well has a different amount of volume that adds to your business. When that volume continues to increase, when you're bringing customers in, the amount that you earn daily also increases. So when you've got 150 volume, looking at $2.26, you get up to 450 sales volume, then you're looking at $7.40 daily. Let's look at something that's going to be sort of starting to change your life in some ways. One of our rank advances that you can get is to 1-star director, and that's going to get you $10 per day. You're going to be seeing between $400 and $700 in your bank every month, and you get paid weekly. So divide that by each week, you're looking at $100 plus every single week that you can draw down from your business. Other social sharing, now when you're looking at these aspects, what we have is a left sphere of where you've shared this socially, and we've got a right sphere of who you're sharing it with as well. And on the left and the right, what I would suggest is to keep that as even as possible as you're sharing and building that business and you're continuing to grow. Because what that means for the people that are also taking out the customer membership with you is, in time, they're going to be able to start earning as well. So there's residual income to be had, and you've only spoken to maybe those 3 or 4 people, but that continues to grow because they're speaking to 3 or 4 people as well. This goes into a little more detail as to how you get paid. You can see the different ranks. The 1-star director we've talked about. The 2-star director is looking at 2,000 business volume in the left sphere and in the right sphere, which can sound a little bit intimidating until you realize that you're not looking for customers on your own anymore. All those people that are in that sphere of influence, if you like, that were on my picture earlier, all of those people are doing the same job as I am, and they're looking for new customers. And all the customers they get will help contribute to how I continually grow my business as well. What I love about this, and this is due to happen quite soon if I'm being honest, You can bypass people. So I introduced Mahmuda and Daryl to this as customers and as business partners. Now, if I take a step back and chill out for a bit and just, enjoy time with my kids, and then I don't really want to work, whatever it might be, I don't know. Then Mahmuda or Daryl go on to follow the steps that are laid out in our training, and they move up to the 2-star director rank. And then they continue to do that and do the 3-star director, and they continue down the payment plan and start earning more and more. It doesn't mean that I stay at the same level. They have bypassed where I might be. And I find that really interesting because that's not available in companies that are scam companies. You just cannot do that. It's impossible. I love this one because this is something I'm planning on for next year. We also get payment that helps us get a luxury car if we choose to do so. And I've got my eye on a beautiful Q7. I do need a 7-seater because I've got 4 kids. So mine won't quite look like these ones, but I'm going to be getting this. And it's when you hit 3-star director, you get an additional payment that goes towards your luxury car, whatever it is of your choice.
So the lady in the top right hand is Gina, Todd Strand's wife, and the gentleman in the top bottom left is Danny Segmanol. So these are people we actually know. The middle one, I think, is one of the French ambassadors.
Yeah.
So I don't know who the others are though.
The friends of ours, though, the people that we could, we're going to get them on calls and stuff and all sorts because they're just fabulous and so inspiring. But the friends of ours as well. And it's not like it's out of reach. Yeah. It's actually completely possible because we're seeing people do this and we're doing it ourselves and we're moving in the directions that these guys are. These are our newest 6-figure earners from all over the world.
All very young.
Very young.
Yeah.
But we've also got Deborah Taylor, who's flying to ambassador. It doesn't matter the age that you are. It doesn't matter if you're young or if you're older. Some of our business partners are concentrating on the older generation because they want to help people build for a pension that we don't necessarily get a great pension anymore. And that goes for the whole world over, But these are the newest 6-figure earners that we've got. That has actually, I think, changed recently because we do have people have these successes. Every week we have kind of a bit of a roll call, don't we, on a Friday in one of our groups, telling us who has hit a new sort of sales rank. And
the special things about these ladies that they've never ever done network marketing at all. This is the first time they've ever done, so this first time for them, and they're just flying.
Yeah, and
amazing.
Next slide, if I remember rightly, yes, the experiences you have as you continue down those sales paths and you start earning incredible amounts of money, you will be rewarded for that as well from the CEO and from the CEO's wife. Now, this is a trip that some of our ambassadors took to Louis Vuitton. It was an experience thing. Who is it that did it? So this is the same that someone very famous has done.
Jenner.
One of the Kardashians. The Kardashians are quite fond of these trips apparently as well. Now we're giving it to our friends, which is just incredible.
Yeah. And they had personal shoppers.
Yeah.
So they had their own personal shoppers and a credit limit to spend on what they wanted. So
Louis Vuitton.
Wow. Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
It is.
Definitely what I want to aim for.
Definitely. And it's all of these things are everything that I want. Yearly 5-star ambassador vacation has just been a trip to Cancun. I think these pictures are from a couple of years ago, but we can update them now. They're all back from Cancun on the last one. But there's lots of different trips. Now these trips are fully paid for. So you've got all of your alcohol, if you'd like to drink, all your non-alcoholic beverages and food and trips and everything. It's all expensive. It's like no holds barred, and you're there at the moment because of where we're at with the size of the company. You will be there with the CEO and the CEO's wife. It might be that that changes in the future. But right now, which is what you said, Mahmood, it's perfect time to start on this, because you're really starting from a really special place.
Yeah. And next year's ambassador trip is in Dubai.
In Dubai,
Mhm.
the ambassador trip, lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. So this is just a clip of, a few pictures of some of our friends, some of our mentors, some of the successes we've had, the places that we are all over the world. And you can actually override the entire company and get a piece of our global ambassador pool, which means that you'll earn up to 7 shares of the whole company. And that amount, it says each share at the moment is worth $1,500, $1,800. That will increase. As our value increases, so do your shares. So that's an exciting place to aim for as well. 3-star ambassadors, we're looking at a James Bond watch or a ladies version if you want one too.
I just want Daniel
Free.
Craig.
Completely free. You want Daniel Craig?
I want Daniel Craig.
Yeah, you don't get Daniel Craig thrown in. A better life requires a better way. Become a travel trader today. And that is the end of our slides. So I'm going to stop the recording